Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I owe you guys an update on everything health related for me. Mental health, physical health, well-being, all of the above. I owe you guys a big update. This feels like a very daunting and very important and very scary YouTube video for some reason, and it feels like a turning point for me. And I'm also about to get my period, so if I cry, that's why. I made an outline for this video because I wouldn't be my organized type A Virgo self if I didn't have a Google Doc for everything. And at the end, I'm going to go through all the questions that you guys asked on Instagram, which I have not looked at yet because I didn't want that to affect my story or affect me explaining everything so far. Like, I just didn't want anything to get into my head. I'm going to be very vulnerable in this video, and I'm going to try to be as honest as possible, like honest with myself, so that I can be honest with you guys. I have a little bit of a timeline. We're gonna do everything in chronological order because I feel like this is the easiest way to explain everything that has led to where I am right now. I got off birth control February 2021. Before that, I had been on birth control for about 10 years, a little bit under 10 years. And I didn't think anything of it. I still don't really think anything of it. I'm not sure if getting off birth control after that long has resulted in anything hormonal happening with me or any issues with my hormones, especially because the pill kind of stopped working for me at the end. My periods were all over the place, and when I got off birth control, my periods went back to normal. And right now, to be honest, my periods are a little bit weird. This video is gonna be very TMI, by the way. My periods are a little bit weird right now, as in I'm always a couple days later than I expect to be. And that's happened within the past couple months, and that's not super strange, but just something to note. I don't know. I'm treating this as if you guys are like my doctor or something, and I'm giving you all the details. Next notable thing on my timeline is I started CrossFit around the same time. So around that time frame, February 2021, that's when I started training CrossFit, which seems like so long ago, actually. Like, it's almost been like 2 years. That's crazy. But before that, I was doing some bodybuilding and F45, and I was kind of going back between each one. Like, I did bodybuilding, then F45, then went back to bodybuilding, then went into CrossFit. And that's kind of the timeline of my working out, and I have been working out for like 10 years. Like, I started lifting very end of high school, or at least I started doing cardio very end of high school. Trying to just burn as many calories as possible, be as small as possible. I'm not going to get into that too much right now, because most of you probably know about my history with food and eating disorders and such. So I've always been a workout girl. I love to be active. I love to work out. And I'm trying to differentiate now between loving to actually do the activity of working out, or this whole time since I've been a teenager, have I forced myself to love working out so that I can maintain looking a certain way? This is gonna be a therapy session. This is gonna be a therapy session. Just preparing you guys, because I've been self-reflecting a lot over the past couple weeks, past couple months, and I'm not sure if my passion and love for working out it definitely didn't start in the right way. It started so that I could be smaller, so that I thought I had to earn my food. And I always convince myself that I'm over that, but I feel like there's always that voice in my head that's saying, like, you have to work out harder, or that wasn't a workout, or that didn't count as a workout because you didn't go that hard. And then that little voice in my head says I have to eat less because I didn't work out as hard. Anyways, so I'm literally just gonna word vomit anything that comes to my mind in this, and we're gonna dissect it all together. This is gonna be traumatic to edit. Anyways, okay, back to my timeline. I posted this on Instagram on October 14th. And this was the day that I hurt my back. And this was my body's final straw. Leading up to this, I was noticing some varying symptoms in myself that I continually ignore. I tend to ignore a lot of things. I'm very non-confrontational, and I like to ignore problems when they're there. I was noticing that I was getting very angry all the time. I think I made a list actually of symptoms. Sadness was one of the main things, and it's normal for me to get sad the week before my period, but that feeling of like world-ending terror that us women feel before our periods, not all of us, but I know a lot of us feel that, where you feel like you're actually gonna die. Like you feel so terribly horrible. And I can never describe to men what that feels like, and they will never ever understand what that feels like, to have to go through every single month for an entire week leading up to our periods feeling like we're absolutely worthless. That was starting to last for months at a time instead of just the week before my period. So I wrote sadness, random bouts of depression, not gaining weight in my body, but an extremely puffy face, really puffy under eyes. This camera has a filter on it, but it's actually starting to go away a little bit, I think. But my under eyes were insanely puffy. I think I even posted about it on Instagram before, because I was like, what is wrong with me? Why are my under eyes so puffy? And my sleep was relatively normal for me. I personally get like 7 hours of sleep a night, and that's kind of always what I function on, which I know I need to get 8, but like I already go to bed at 8:30, so I don't know what you want me to do. I felt so weak in the gym, just like very agitated, very not motivated in life, and every workout was a struggle leading up to that. Like I was just like, oh, what's going on with me? Like every workout was terrible. And eventually my back just absolutely gave out. This was my body saying, stop. You are not listening to me. You need to listen to me. This was my body's final straw. You cannot ignore me anymore. And my back went, and that's when everything changed. I have been doing a lot of self-reflection over the past month and a half, I guess, since that happened. It's the beginning of December now. That was mid-October. I've always kind of tied I don't want to say my worth, but when your job is to be fitness on the internet, and when fitness actually, like when lifting did help me get over my eating disorder, it helped me I don't want to say it helped me love myself more, because I don't really know if it did, but I think it did. I think finding lifting and bodybuilding has helped me in tremendous ways, because I did used to want to be as tiny as possible, as small as possible, and finding bodybuilding and lifting all those years ago through Nikki Blacketer and Christian Guzman, that did save me from going down a very dark path of possibly really harming myself with not eating like anything. So that really did save me, and I will never ever forget that. But then just for the past 10 years, my entire life has kind of revolved around fitness. So there's definitely a lot of pressure where that comes from, and I don't think I fully even realize how much pressure I put on myself to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to have a good fitness routine, to try to maintain that role model status that I have, I guess, because I know I inspired so many of you to start lifting, or so many of you to try CrossFit. And I got like an email yesterday of a girl saying like, you changed my life when you started doing CrossFit, because I started doing it and realized that I don't have to train to look a certain way. I can challenge myself in different ways working out. So I'm so grateful that I can be such an inspiration that way. And I think that's also why I put so much pressure on myself to maintain this perfect fitness routine, because I don't want to let you guys down. I don't want to I don't know, I've almost just created such a routine of working out almost every day, like 5 to 6 times a week, that it's become part of me. And I don't know who I am if I'm not doing that. At least that's how I felt a month and a half ago, until I hurt my back. And again, everything changed. So this past month and a half, I have not done CrossFit. I have completely cold turkey quit CrossFit, and I'm not saying that CrossFit is bad. I'm not even saying all my issues right now are CrossFit related. I just needed a break. A, because I hurt my back. B, because there is something wrong with me. There's something wrong with my hormones. And I wasn't even really noticing until all of this happened and I started to pay closer attention to my body and the signs that it was showing me. So I've noticed that my face has been very puffy for probably a year now, but I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, okay, my face is like puffy, I'm having a lot of sodium, I don't know. Until I made a TikTok comparing pictures in 2021, so before I started CrossFit, before I got off birth control, comparing my face then till now. And I'm not gonna go into that. I will put the video in here right now if you haven't seen it, because I don't want to describe it again or look at those pictures again right now, because I will have a mental breakdown. Never thought I'd make this video, but today is day one of quitting caffeine. Not completely, let me explain, to get my face back. I cannot be crying already, but like, I just need to show you guys. Let's try not to cry, because then our face will only get puffier, won't it? This was me. This is me. Okay, this is what I actually look like. I sound hysterical. No, my face has been so inflamed for the past year, 2 years. This was 2021, before I started like really overtraining. And I think my hormones are completely gone to shit, because I literally look like a different person. It's like, I've had this issue for quite a few months now, probably like a year, I would say, and I keep pushing it aside because I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe I gained weight, but I have not gained weight. I am the exact same size as this, if not smaller right now in my body. It's my face that just like, I don't recognize myself. Sorry, I haven't actually compared like side by side, so this is kind of a lot. This is kind of a lot for me to see at once. How I know I properly look when I'm healthy compared to how I look now. Like, even all here is so inflamed. I don't know what to do anymore. Look at the cheek difference. Like, here, my face is supposed to be like, and it's just really frustrating. My eyes literally look smaller. Like, look how big and bright my eyes look. And then, like, my eyes look tiny compared to the rest of my face because it's so inflamed. And my jaw is just like, if you guys have any other advice, please let me know, because I want to be her again. I want her back. I want her confidence back. I cover my face in every photo now. I'm constantly covering my face. I got pictures back from my athlete photo shoot, and I was like, what's wrong with my face? Why does it look so puffy? As I was saying, I don't want to blame CrossFit for this, because I think this is years and years of built up, like, my cortisol slowly raising, trying to run 2 businesses on my own, having no idea what I'm doing all the time, feeling like I'm a failure basically every day because I don't know what I'm doing. My companies aren't growing fast enough. I'm losing followers on every platform. Nobody likes me anymore. Like, I'm a constant ball of stress and anxiety these days, feeling like everybody hates me. Oh, I don't want this to be a pity me video. I just want it to be so honest, and I just want to spill my guts to you guys, because you're my literal best friends over here on YouTube, not me getting choked up talking about how much I love you guys. Stop it. I swear to God, we are not crying right now. Okay, what has changed for me in the past 2-ish months, 1.5 months? As I said, cold turkey quit CrossFit. And that first week after I hurt my back, actually 2 weeks, even 3, I took completely off of working out. I think it was 2 weeks straight, no working out. I did like a couple walks here and there, and I've started adding little like Pilates body weight workouts in, because I do still like the feeling of doing a workout. I know it's important to move my body. I have recently gone back to the gym, not doing CrossFit though. I've started going 2 to 3 times a week, doing bodybuilding workouts, very light. And I'm still trying to adjust to this and figure out how to minimally train or train less and still feel really good, because before this I was so used to going as hard as I can for over an hour in the gym, just like absolutely destroying myself. But like, I love the feeling of that. I love when I'm done a workout and I feel so accomplished and like I'm on the floor and I'm sweating everywhere and I feel so good. That I was chasing that feeling like every day for years, and especially since I started CrossFit, I kept wanting to like push myself harder, go harder, and it wasn't about looking a certain way. It was, then I started comparing myself to other people, being like, why am I not as good as them at CrossFit? Why am I not as strong? Why am I not like progressing as fast as I can? I always find something to compare myself to other people with. God, I wish humans weren't like that, because comparison truly is the thief of joy. The biggest thing that has changed for me, and why I say my life has literally changed in the past month and a half, is because my mindset toward what consists of health and wellness and fitness and what consists of a workout has completely changed. I think I've always seen people talk about like women's hormones and working out, and like women shouldn't work out as hard and as often as men. And I've always been like, that's bullshit, F that, the girls can work out just as hard as the boys. But I think I'm coming to realize, especially as I get older and get closer to 30, that that's just not true. And it's not our fault, it's our fucking hormones. No, I literally get angry thinking about men, because I'm like, you have no idea. You all just live in this happy little bubble of your hormones having 24-hour cycles. And us girls have crazy long, 28-day cycles of hormones? And we just have to lose our mind every month? Ugh. Again, what has changed the most for me is what I think a workout is, and how I'm trying to change my viewpoint on health, because I know I wasn't eating enough for the hard workouts I was doing before. There's no way I was eating enough. I was not getting enough protein. So there's just so many things that have been adding up over the past few years. Increasing stress, not eating enough, working out too hard, burning myself into the ground, working weekends. And I don't want to complain. I truly don't want to complain, because I'm so grateful for everything I do. I absolutely love my job. I absolutely love my life. I'm so blessed. But that doesn't mean that I don't have some struggles sometimes. And right now, I think my hormones are fucked, period. I'm finally, I think, ready to face that head on and actually listen to my body and try to take the right steps to stop that. So the first step was stopping training as hard. I used to think like doing a Pilates workout, doing a yoga workout, like that's not a workout, that's a stretch, you know? Walking, that's not a workout. Like that's how I used to think. If I'm not dead on the ground, it wasn't a workout. And changing my mindset around that has helped so much. And just realizing that doing a 30-minute walk is a workout. That is movement. Doing a 15-minute stretch is a workout. If you consider that to be your workout for the day, if that's all you can do, if that's all your body can handle that day, if that's all you have time for, that is a workout. And I used to be so hard on myself before, and if I couldn't get to the gym, I would freak out. I would stress out, I would panic. If I had to miss workouts, I would literally schedule appointments not in the evenings just so I could work out. Moving my body in this more gentle way and coming at it from a place of I'm moving my body so that I can have a healthy life long term, instead of I'm moving my body so I can just like absolutely destroy myself in the gym because that's what I crave and that's what I'm used to. That's already started to kind of help my mood get back on track. I've noticed a lot less bloating in my stomach. I didn't even realize how bloated I was every single day for those past few months leading up to that October workout. And it would always happen after like lunchtime, whenever I'd start eating something for lunch. And I thought, okay, there's some sort of food intolerance here. I don't know what's happening. Every time I eat, I feel like it gets so bloated after. that has minimized a lot since I've taken a step back from working out. Now my face has not changed. I've been using my gua sha every single day for probably 2 months now. Every morning without fail, I've used gua sha on my face. I have not noticed a goddamn change, which does make me think it is hormone related. Another factor is I started breaking out a couple months before this again, or probably like a year at least before. I think these issues have really started to take their toll within the past year, but I was breaking out all along my chin, and I still am. I get breakouts on my chin, along my neck. That's all hormone related. I also tend to wake up in the middle of the night at between like 1 and 3, and then I struggle to fall back asleep. That's cortisol related. So there's just a lot of things pointing to my hormones being kind of fucked up. And I am going to see a naturopath on Wednesday, which is 2 days from now. So I'm sure I will have more updates for you guys as we go. I'm going to be updating TikTok more regularly with just like quick short form update videos. I also haven't had caffeine in 5 days at all. I don't know if that is gonna do anything. I'm gonna ask the naturopath because I really want to go back to having caffeine strictly for the flavor of the peppermint pinwheel coffee. Like, it's December and I want my peppermint pinwheel Nespresso coffee. I don't need caffeine. I didn't even really get any headaches from stopping caffeine. I have no problem not having caffeine. It doesn't affect my energy levels because I'm very strict with my caffeine and I always only have 1 coffee a day. But I hear so many girls talk about that affecting their gut health and then that affecting their hormones. So when I made that TikTok, I was freaking out. So I was just like, I'm stopping caffeine for right now. And I haven't had any in 5 days. Is that everything I'm doing right now? Yeah. So just like the slowing down workouts, the gua sha, trying to sleep more, drinking a lot of water. I'm trying to eat more protein as well, and no caffeine. And those are kind of the things I'm doing right now. I'm doing all these things to A, help my hormones, and B, help this moon face, as they call it. So I know a lot of people are gonna be like, I don't even see a difference in your face, you still look good, blah, blah, blah. I sit with my camera at a very specific angle. And if you go back on my Instagram and look through all my pictures, I'm always like this, looking that way. I'm never looking directly into the camera. Every single mirror selfie I take is like this. I block my face in every single mirror photo, or at least block half my face, because I don't know. I've kind of always had a big insecurity about my face, and I still distinctively remember, like in high school, a kid called me a butterface once, and I have quite literally never been the same. So kids in high school are literally the worst, but that has haunted me for my entire life, and I truly believed it when he said it, and I still kind of believe it. So I've just always struggled with my face. And when I got my athlete pictures back, for example, from the photo shoot, like look at how round my face looks in this. I saw that picture and I was like, that is not me. Like, that is not me. Now, what a lot of you are probably here for is to hear about my workout routine, my workout schedule, because you look at my body and you're like, I want to work out like her. But everyone's body is so different, and I'll tell you what I'm doing right now, but that doesn't mean that that is going to make you look like me or anything like that. My schedule that I plan for myself is Monday, Wednesday, Friday gym, but I do not need to go to all those, and I have yet to do that. I have yet to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I usually only go twice a week, so either a Monday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday and Friday. At least that's what's been happening for the past couple weeks, because I just either haven't had the energy, haven't had the time, or just didn't want to go. No intense cardio. When I'm at the gym, the only cardio I'm doing is on the bike to warm up. Nothing else. I'm not doing any HIIT. I'm not doing any sort of high intensity cardio. The only cardio I'm doing is, again, bike to warm up and walking. I have a desk treadmill in which I walk on at a very slow speed while I'm working, and that has kept me sane. That desk treadmill, especially at the beginning when I just like wasn't working out at all because my back was bothering me. That desk treadmill, God, she saved my life, because I would have gone crazy just like sitting around all the time, not moving my body. I do crave to move my body. I love the feeling of moving my body. So That desk treadmill has been great. I tend to walk a little bit every day, maybe not every single day, but most days I'll do a little bit of walking while I'm answering emails or editing a YouTube video. And then Pilates, I've been doing Move with Nicole. She's great on YouTube. And I've been doing a couple of her classes and they're really fun and they make me feel really good actually. They feel so good in my core. I feel so centered and strong and I've really been loving that. I'd love to try reformer Pilates. I think they have one in London. If anyone wants to go with me, like send me an email because I don't want to go by myself. I'm incapable of doing things on my own. So that's basically my workout schedule right now, and the workouts that I'm doing at the gym, I've already posted them on Instagram. You can check those out. I think I'm gonna be switching gyms as well because fuck my gym. There's no point in me going and paying so much money to go to a CrossFit gym when I'm not doing CrossFit right now. So I think I'm gonna be switching gyms, so we'll keep you updated on that. Steps moving forward is really just having this naturopath appointment on Wednesday, seeing where my hormones are at. I'm wondering if she'll make me do a hormone test or something. I would love to do one. Fixing up my moon face. Learning to relax and learning to not stress as much. Like even my shoulders right now, I'm holding so much tension. Let's look at your questions now. First thing I see is from my lovely Queen Chelsea. No question, just proud of you for taking care of you. Sounds simple, but I know it's not. I literally freaking love you, and I meant to tell you this the last time I saw you, but you are absolutely killing it lately, and there's something about you when I talk to you in person that seems so much more confident. I don't know, your confidence has grown so much since I met you, and I'm so proud of you too. I don't even know if you're watching this, but I just needed to say that. Okay. Body dysmorphia, placing so much importance on appearance. Body dysmorphia. I always thought like, I don't like struggle with that anymore. Like I'm fine. Like I don't like think about that anymore, but I think I'm lying to myself. I think I am full on lying to myself when I say that, and I'm just trying to convince myself that I don't care because I look at myself constantly. I'm always looking at my face and analyzing it, and I am always doing body checks in the mirror, and I don't want to be like that, and I think that's why I always convince myself that I don't care, but I do. And I definitely have body dysmorphia because I have no idea what I look like. Face and body. I have face dysmorphia and body dysmorphia. I have no idea what I look like. Sometimes I wonder, like, if I wasn't on social media, if I wasn't constantly needing to be in front of a camera and looking at myself all the time for the past 10 years, would I be different? What would my life be like if I wasn't on social media? Because I love it so much and I would never want to do anything else, but I do wonder if it affects my opinion of myself, and I definitely struggle with body dysmorphia. And I think a lot of people do, and that's really sad to me. And I think a lot of people would even look at my page and feel bad about themselves, and that makes me feel terrible as well. But then at the same time, I keep posting because I want to be inspiring and be an inspiration. I have a lot of conflicting emotions. How do you cope with anxiety towards not training as often as you used to? I don't know quite yet because it hasn't been that long, so I haven't really seen too many crazy changes, and the changes I have seen have been relatively positive, like having like less bloating, feeling less like moody and everything. I've had those positive changes, so I haven't had too much anxiety around not training as much, but there definitely has been some, and I think again the walking treadmill helps so much because then I feel very productive and I know I'm still being active while I'm getting work done, and that just for some reason helps me so much. I think if I didn't have the walking treadmill and was cooped up inside while it's like freezing cold outside and raining every day, I think I might go a little bit crazy. So I get where the anxiety comes from of not training as often, but as women, we don't we can't really train as much as men, and I know I've denied that for so long, and I've just fought it, and I don't want it to be like that. I want us to be able to train as hard as boys, but just with our hormones, especially getting older, our bodies just sometimes do better with gentle workouts and not working out as often. I think quality over quantity is an important thing. Rest is just as important as working out, and I think it all comes down to mindset and adjusting your mindset to me working out 3 times a week instead of 6, but properly resting and nourishing myself during that time is actually more beneficial. If every workout is very good, very planned out, I feel better mentally, versus forcing myself to go 6 times a week. Talk about what you do when you bulk and then cut. I never bulk and I never cut. I refuse to do that because I will go down a very bad pathway if I bulk and cut, and I don't think you really need to bulk and cut, honestly. Just live. Do you think owning a swimwear brand is good or bad for your body image? That is so interesting, and I've never really thought about it, and I don't think night swim necessarily ties into my body image. I think my other business of like fitness, social media does more damage than the swimwear brand, because I don't know. That's just how I feel. How big of a role do you think genetics play in body shape? Example, big butt, small waist. A massive role. Genetics play a huge role in how someone's body looks. That's why even if you train the exact same way as someone, you will not look like them. It is impossible. Your genetics basically determine what your body's gonna look like, and you can train to kind of amplify those things, but you can't change your genetics. And I don't think people talk about genetics enough. I am blessed with larger legs, bigger bum, and I don't hold as much fat in my stomach. I don't hold as much fat in my arms. That is my genetics. Have you had your blood work checked? Yes, I did have my blood work done. They said everything was normal, which is what's leading me to go to a naturopath. Do you eat flexibly, like eating dessert every now and then? I completely eat flexibly. I had so much chocolate today already. It's a week before my period. I'm stuffing my face with chocolate. Like, I don't track anything. I eat what I want when I want, and this will be an interesting thing for me because I think I relied a lot on CrossFit to burn so many calories that I could just eat whatever I want whenever I wanted to. Still eating very healthy. I love eating healthy. I eat very healthy meals. I have like avocado toast for breakfast. I eat Greek yogurt. I have oatmeal, salmon, chicken, rice, potatoes. Like, I eat whole foods most of the time, but I love my snacks. I love my popcorns, my chips, my ice cream, my cookies. I love snacks, and I will never not have snacks. So I'm interested to see how that works into this new fitness regimen of mine, because I'm not gonna be burning nearly as many calories if I'm just doing a 30-minute Pilates workout versus a 2-hour CrossFit workout. So it'll be interesting to see how I mentally deal with that, or how my body changes, and if it's gonna be like a good change or if it's gonna be a hard change. I don't know. Oh, like this question has to do with this exactly. Are you scared of your body changing at all? I know it probably won't, but I find it so hard for me to accept. My automatic instinct is no, I'm not scared of my body changing. But if I sit back and reflect, I know deep down that I am scared of that. And I think I am in denial a lot of the time when it comes to this kind of stuff, because that's how I want to be. I want to not care what I look like. I desperately want to not care what I look like, body and face. And I know that I will care. If I start to see that I'm gaining weight, I know that will bother me. And I know I will care, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys and try to cover that up and be like, I'm all high and mighty and who cares if I gain weight, it doesn't matter, love yourself any way, you're beautiful, all that. It's all true, but I know I will be bothered and that kind of scares me, because if I start to see myself in a negative light, I worry that I will slip into old habits of missing meals, and I don't want to get back. I really cannot get back into binge eating because I fought for so long to not binge eat, and I just really hope that I don't fall back into a restrict binge pattern, and I'm going to try my hardest to keep fueling myself, and I'm eating the exact same amount now as I was when I was doing CrossFit. I'm not going to start eating less. I think my body needs the food. I, again, don't think I was eating enough when I was doing CrossFit. I am a little bit sad that I'm probably going to lose some muscle, lose some strength, because I'm not going to be training as hard, and it was very hard for me to build upper body muscles, and CrossFit is what helped me build those. It really helped me build my core. My quads grew quite a bit. Like, I will be a bit hurt and sad if my quads shrink a little, because I love having nice big juicy quads. And if like my back loses some definition, I might be a little bit sad, but I think in the end it's going to be so worth it if I just feel so much better, and just knowing that my hormones are better, and it's going to be a learning journey. So I will take you guys along through the whole thing. What are you doing for your mental health? Therapy, journaling? Neither of those. I'm reading. I am trying to read more when I feel stressed, freaking out, have been spending too much time on screens, too much time on computers, too much time looking at myself, picking myself apart in the mirror. I will try to read, but I think that's also a form of escapism because I'm just distracting myself. I think I should start journaling. I've just never been a journal girl, and I don't really want to. I don't like the idea of putting what's in my brain on paper. I don't like the idea of that other people could possibly read that, even though I know no one's going to. It's like an irrational thought. I just don't really like the idea of putting what's in my brain on paper. But maybe I'll get over that because I think I should journal. I'm not meditating anymore. Haven't been doing that. Losing a lot of my good health practices. Haven't been doing my breath work. So maybe I do need to get back into that kind of stuff. I think meditation would actually help me a lot. Do you struggle with feeling like you need to keep up a certain look? Yes, I think I definitely do, because I feel like I need to... I think even if I wasn't on social media, I think I've just spent so long, and it's so ingrained in me to maintain a fit look that I worry I will be like this forever. And that kind of scares me for like, what if I have a kid one day? My body's going to completely change. Like, am I going to have a mental breakdown because of that? Because right now it feels like I would. Like, if my body changed that much and like created a human, I think I would either A, love it a lot more and be more grateful for my body, or B, I would have an actual mental breakdown and not know who I was anymore. So I am a little bit scared for that one day if I decide to have kids. Do you think working out took the place of binging as a sort of addiction? Now this I don't think is true, because binge eating and working out were tied very closely together previously, and my relationship with working out did get better once I stopped binge eating, once I found lifting, because before I used to binge eat and then go do hours of cardio, and they were ways to cope with each other. I don't think I was purposely overtraining to deal with any of that or to replace anything. I honestly didn't realize I was overtraining. I didn't know. I didn't think that this thing I loved so much, being fit, working out, doing CrossFit, absolutely destroying myself in the gym, I didn't think that that thing I loved so much was harming me. And I still don't know if it is. I still don't know if that's the cause, or if it's literally just because I got off birth control. And maybe that's been the cause all along. Or maybe my cortisol is just high because I'm constantly stressed and don't know how to manage my stress, and can't even tell the difference between being stressed and not being stressed. So again, I'm talking as if working out has been the cause of everything. I don't even know that yet. I honestly just did not even consider the fact that I was overtraining, because I see other people work out just as much. All the CrossFit girlies work out so much. The people who are in the CrossFit Games work out all day, every day. So I was like, me doing one workout a day, 5 to 6 times a week is not overtraining. But maybe for me personally, it is. And maybe I just wasn't eating enough to keep up with those workouts or having enough protein, or maybe I'm deficient in some supplements. Like, I truly don't know, and I can't really tell you guys the cause of everything until I have more final answers. Do you feel like this shift to Pilates and yoga is a fad in the fitness industry? This is such an interesting question because I used to think absolutely yes. It's like, oh my gosh, like everybody's switching to Pilates and yoga, like this is just like a temporary fad. I totally thought that because I thought, oh, like doing Pilates doesn't count as a workout kind of thing. Me realizing now that it is pretty tough actually. Even if it is a fad, I think it's a positive fad, and I think its effects will be long lasting because I think a lot of girls are experiencing the same thing I am, of just this like complete burnout from grinding in the gym for so long. At least everyone who's been in the fitness industry for as long as me, and we're finding that slowing down and doing other forms of working out are just as good, if not better, for us. So I do think it's slightly a fad. I think it will pass. I think everything comes and goes in cycles. I think bodybuilding will pick up again and be another big fad. Like girls lifting will be a huge thing again. And everything does come and go in cycles. So I think just finding a form of movement that is good for your body, mind, soul is very important. And I'm still trying to find that balance. What did you cut from your diet to help with the bloating? Absolutely nothing. I have not changed a thing in my diet besides trying to eat a little bit more protein. I haven't been too good at it, but I'm trying to eat more protein and I have cut nothing. How do you work out when you're feeling mentally drained from stress at work? I cried my whole workout today. What I'm learning is on those days, don't go to the gym. And I used to be like, oh, go to the gym, it'll make me feel better. But on those days, sometimes you just need to go for a walk. You just need to have a stretch, or you just need to rest. You don't constantly need to force yourself to go to the gym when you really don't want to. And I am learning that right now because I would just go no matter what. And just because it was part of my routine, I would go, I would show up. And I am trying to learn to listen to my body and listen to my mind. So in a situation like this, I would stay home, maybe take a shower, read my book. And I think that would be more beneficial for me mentally and physically than forcing myself to go to the gym on a day where I really don't think I can handle it. And I'm trying to learn this as well. So I'm not saying I know everything or that I'm a professional at this, because I'm not, but that's my advice. And I'm typically bad at taking my own advice. Someone asked if I could film a what I eat in a day, and I haven't posted one of these in probably a year, maybe 2 years, because I don't know, something about them makes me uncomfortable. Because when I am like scrolling on TikTok or something and I see a what I eat in a day, I automatically compare what I eat to what they eat. Even if they look nothing like me, even if it was like a professional athlete's what I eat in a day, I would suddenly compare myself to them. Or, I don't know, a 19-year-old 5-foot tall girl, I would compare myself to that, even though I would obviously need more food than someone who's 5 foot tall. So that's kind of why I've resisted from posting what I eat in the day videos, because I don't like that comparison. And I don't want other people to compare what I eat to what they eat and feel like they need to eat less or eat more. I do post my meals a lot of the time on Instagram. I'll share meals here and there, but I typically have stayed away from posting full what I eat in a day videos because I find them triggering for me. At least when I'm watching other people's. I don't really like watching them. I just instantly compare. And I do not want that comparison for you guys. So I hope you understand why I don't really feel comfortable posting what I eat in the day videos. Do you change the way you eat on non-gym days? No, and I've never done that. I've never eaten less or anything on rest days. I always kind of just eat the same amount throughout the week. I am trying to listen more to my natural hunger cues. I typically don't have breakfast till a little bit later on in the morning, and this is also something I want to talk to the naturopath about. Because I know a lot of girls say like eat 1 hour after you wake up. Like I wake up at 6 a.m. I'm not hungry at 7. I like to just have my coffee, get so much work done before breakfast, and have breakfast at like 10. But that could be affecting my hormones as well. Which supplements are you taking? I currently take fish oil every day, a multivitamin, vitamin D, and magnesium. Do you feel pressure to be a certain size or aesthetic being an athlete? Always wondered. I don't think so. I don't think anything or any of the pressure I put on myself to look a certain way has anything to do with athlete. I've never felt that from them. I've never felt that from me relating to them. I think I do get very insecure at photo shoots though. Very. But it's not so much my body, it's more my face, honestly. Like every time I go to a photo shoot and these girls are literally like fucking beautiful, they know how to do a full like gorgeous face of makeup. I, who never taught myself how to use makeup, show up with only mascara on, and I have bags under my eyes and you can like see blemishes on my skin, and I have a mental breakdown every time I go to Texas because, and that's nothing on Alphalete, that is not their fault, that is all me internalizing everything and comparing myself when I shouldn't, and it's definitely been getting worse, and that last photo shoot was really hard for me, feeling like my face is not my own. I struggle with feeling guilty for eating bad foods or taking time off the gym. Any advice? I do too, and sometimes I do struggle with eating a bad thing, or when I go to a restaurant I try to pick the healthiest thing on the menu, which to be fair is usually just what I actually want to eat. I do love healthy food, but I definitely feel guilt sometimes, and the only thing you can do is forget about it. And I used to dwell on it, and if I would eat something bad, I would feel like I need to work out to burn it off. But you do not have to earn your food. Moving on is the best thing you can do. You're like, okay, I ate that. Time to stop thinking about it, because once you've eaten it, like you can't go back and uneat it. And realizing that eating something bad is not going to change the way you look. You're gonna look the same. No more CrossFit, sad face? Not for right now. I know I was loving CrossFit so much for so long, and especially at the beginning when it was something new and exciting, I was so obsessed with it, and I love the concept of CrossFit. I just don't think I can ever go back to training as hard as I was. Like doing HWPO, aka the program from the guy who won the CrossFit Games, probably too much for me. Like I don't need to be doing that. I'm not going to the games. I'm not competing against anyone. I don't need to be pushing myself to the limits I was pushing myself to. And I do want to get back to doing some sort of CrossFit workout maybe once a week, but I think I just need that break for a little bit, and I need to figure myself out. I need to figure out my hormones. I need to figure out what is wrong, if anything, before I can get back into it. How to change your mindset from high intensity workouts to lower intensity workouts without feeling lazy. This is so interesting because I do kind of feel like that sometimes now. Like when I do a little 30-minute Pilates and then my boyfriend comes home after being at the gym for 2 hours, I'm kind of like, like a little bit jealous. Must be nice being a man. I think it will take time for me to fully adjust and adapt to this new relationship I have with myself and with fitness and with health. Like this is an ongoing process. This video is not like a full, here's my big update. This is like a, here's my temporary update, I'm gonna keep you updated as we go kind of video, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I'm gonna gain weight from this. I don't know if I'm gonna lose weight. I don't know if I'm gonna lose muscle. I don't know if my face is ever gonna go back to normal, or if this is just how I look now or something. If like I just got older and my face got rounder. No, it is inflamed. I can literally feel the inflammation. Like, you know, when you get like a bruise or something, or like you get your lips done and they feel really puffy, that is how my face feels, especially when I wake up in the morning. Like I can literally feel the fluid. Oh God. Anyways, I feel like I'm starting to get into rambly territory. Do you think energy drinks and workout supplements are impacting your hormones? This is a good question, because I was thinking about this, but I really don't have them that often. Like you guys will never see me posting about pre-workout anymore because I stopped taking pre-workout like years ago. Energy drinks, I would have one a week, if that. Sorry, I'm so thirsty from talking for like 2 hours straight. Most of the supplements I take from Alani are like their greens or the multivitamin or the fish oil, and protein powder, which I don't know, maybe whey protein, but I don't really have a problem with dairy. So I can't see those things affecting me, and just having an energy drink once a week I don't think would affect me. Maybe if I was having one like every day or having super high caffeine amounts. It gives me anxiety seeing people drink like multiple energy drinks a day or having them like at night before bed. I'm like, are you okay? Like, how do you function? But I don't know. That's a great question. I'll see what the naturopath has to say. Do you feel like you're losing muscle not doing CrossFit as often? When you take a break from lifting heavy, there will be some, I don't want to say like muscle loss, but some muscle deflation. So I do feel like my muscles have deflated a little bit. Like I don't feel as jacked. I don't feel like my bum's as big, my legs are as thick, but I'm also trying not to give a fuck, because I don't know why as a society we've developed this like thing saying that if you don't have a huge ass, you're not fit. Like I don't want that to be a thing anymore. I don't want the pressure of feeling like I need to always have a big butt, and I don't want to put that pressure on you guys. I genetically have a larger bum. I hold more fat in my butt. So I don't think I'll ever have like a tiny little flat bum like I did in high school when I wasn't eating anything, because I just hold more fat in my lower body. So even if I do notice myself losing a little bit of muscle here and there, I don't think I'll have a mental breakdown about it. But who knows? My second battery is being drained as well now. So I think I've been talking for a little bit too long. There is a lot of good questions in here. I think I'll probably be able to answer a lot more of them once I have more answers from the naturopath and after some time goes by. I know that was long and dramatic, and I hope didn't come across as me whining or me complaining. I hope it comes across as me wanting to improve myself, and in doing that, helping any of you who might be going through the same things. You can also join my Discord where we have more personal chats. That's everything for this video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for sticking by me. A lot of you have been here for so long, and I really appreciate you. And I will see you guys in the next one. We'll be back to the Christmas videos.